The immigration industry. Well, that's what I like to call it because that's what it is. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've had enough. I'm sick and tired of hearing yet another ridiculous way to house migrants when the real problem is in the processing by a Home Office who are that in name because so many of them are actually working from their homes. And we, the public, are paying for it. We're paying for all of it. Now, I'm not saying that we don't help people, but surely we can do better than this. The cost to house asylum seekers is on course to reach £11 billion a year. The Illegal Migration Bill, an unfortunate title. I mean, you think the so-called greatest minds this country has to offer would have perhaps renamed it. But then, nonetheless, the impact assessment from the bill warns that costs could exceed £30 million per day, and this is why. So, the other day, we heard that Braintree District Council lost their High Court battle for MDP Wethersfield, that's the RAF base there, in James Cleverly's constituency, to be turned into a migrant camp, and that it will now house over 1,000 fighting-aged men. Now, it's not clear as to whether they'll be allowed to leave the base, but either way, that is where they're going. Now, if you thought that was bad, well, get this. The Home Office are now outbidding councils for accommodation. So basically, they're offering private landlords a considerably higher rate of rent to house migrants than the councils can offer to house the people of this country. And it's leading to, as Kieran Williams, leader of Southwark Council, said of his homelessness staff, we have never seen anything like this. We have all but run out of options to find temporary accommodation in the borough. So instead of housing people who are already living in this country, we are prioritising those who have come here illegally and, in effect, exacerbating a homelessness pandemic. And the number of migrants being housed in private accommodation is now above 50,000, which is a 20-fold increase in less than 3 years. It's totally unsustainable. And if you thought about booking a nice hotel in a coastal town, you'll be lucky to find a room, as almost 400 are currently being used to house asylum seekers. That's 400 hotels. You couldn't make this up. Now, the Illegal Migration Bill basically gives ministers the powers to detain and remove migrants who arrive here illegally, either to their home country or to Rwanda. And this week, the Court of Appeal will rule whether the Rwanda plan is lawful. Anyone proposing and opposing this needs to take a long, hard think and come up with some alternatives because, frankly, I'm fed up of hearing liberal lefties talking about what a cruel place Rwanda is and how the rooms in a barge are too small and how all migrants who come here are vulnerable when there are many who are purely here for economic reasons and are bypassing those who come here legitimately. It's an industry, an immigration industry, a business where people smugglers and lawyers, employers who want cheap labour benefit, and those being exploited are the migrants themselves and the people of this country.